DJ, Headspace, special opportunity. Like these are like fucking opportune moments. We're a primarily hip-hop podcast, so if you know South African hip-hop and you don't know who I'm talking to, then you need to do your homework. CapCynical, BaseMental platform, the history speaks for itself. I'm here hijacking the brother to talk about life, what's it like to grow from hip-hop in South Africa, evolve from that, and just do yourself and be you, and transcend hip-hop, so to speak. Bro, thank you so much for the opportunity.
West Coast.
You're talking to the peeps. You can just kind of like throw the fucking thing about who you are and what you do. You know what I mean?
The Grandmaster lays it down like Belgotex. Deluxe flush, wall to wall, finish perfect. It's been that way before you was, but I caught me on the Jeppy bus. 32, top deck, look left, straight back. That yellow kid with a wild wig, jet black. The other one, look further back, 3 seats down with a fine dimes, it's huddled up, curly wig, glowing off the southwest gold dust. Too much. You hear them screaming like, may I touch? Not now, but catch me straight after the bums rush. 1452 at the 187 bus stop. Give me an hour and a half and 2 dozen MCs be mashed up. Yo, battle royale, toe to toe. Who got the freshest flows? Fuck knows if it ain't the Grandmaster, yo. The straight perplexing how he erection so reckless. What is your Rodolo shut down shows like 50 hecklers, 100 more at the door. Rush the spot like fuck the guest list. It's an old thing like Shaheen, Reddy and Shamil X.
Oh!
Wow.
Yeah. To the references.
It's the only way I can introduce myself.
You know what I mean? Bro,
16.
We out here, it's Grahamstown Festival atmosphere. We just saw an amazing ecstatic show from Spaza. Now a lot of people might not know that Mushroom Hour, where the Spaza ensemble comes from, and a whole lot of other great jazz acts, if I can call it that, emanate. We've been talking off the record, off the camera, that 2 of the members of the Mushroom Hour were rappers, were MCs. And one of the reasons we felt it was important to talk to you is because in the podcast we talk a lot about navigating in South Africa as a rapper, navigating through this thing we call hip-hop, loving it, trying to figure out what to do with it, trying to figure out what to do with yourself in the arts. So as somebody who's kind of come from that movement and who's evolved and been able to do something with their art, something powerful, something sustainable, what would you kind of say to the people guided you on your journey?
I don't even know what you said.
Right. Fucking try to make sense of that shit.
No, man, all I can say is life is life, you know. And the thing that sustains you is life. It's not the things that you do. You know what I mean? Like, Pila is an expression of something bigger than all of us. Right? So, nobody really knows why we're here and what we're doing here. But what we do know is that we are here. And while we are here, we must be the best version of ourselves. And here's the thing about that, like, you discover the best version of yourself while you live this life thing. So, in the fun of hip hop, what they teach you is how to navigate. It's a navigation tool. You navigate the world and you navigate life from some sort of central place and some sort of foundational place. So, hip hop, that's what it does. It gives us a sense of gravity. You understand? The thing that we don't have Elokshini, because Elokshini, like, it's a slave labor camp, you know what I'm saying? And Elokshini, I can just yazi except labor and how to work. Nobody teaches you how to live. Hip hop gives you a sense of life. And it makes sense because the cats who did it and started it were enslaved. Yeah, he won another day. There's no hip hop in Africa because there was no need for hip hop.
Right.
There was a need for hip hop over there.
Right.
There was a need for jazz. There was a need
for
all these things is Bizwa, whatever is Bizwa, you know. You need ipumepi, liberty, life.
Life.
Yes. So, as with your pendulum,
pendulum straight up. Straight up. So you as an individual, what are the core kind of, you spoke about hip hop as an expression of navigating life, and now that you're in a space which many would say is far from the hip hop context, what would you say kind of makes it all tie in together? What makes it consistent for you in the whole scheme of just being an artist?
Each one teach one.
Yeah.
Khona lento le ebayishoyo bathini umuntu ngomuntu ngabantu. Like you understand that thing? Each one teach one. Like izandla ziyagezana. That's the only way we can live life. If we don't live that way, sinenkinga. Each one teach one. Hip hop does that. Each one teach one. Siyafundisana, siyaphilisana. Sisonke.
Right now.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We're doing this thing together. And if us born we're doing this life thing together, sinking in. You understand? Violence begins when we do not see that part. There's no need for violence if you understand that we are all in the same boat.
Right.
Nobody's leaving. Nobody's getting out here. We're here.
Yeah.
It's just us.
We out here.
Yeah.
We out here.
So that's the main thing, man. It's not Leo.
No doubt.
No.
Just for a minute, mastering it with the hip hop heads, what would you have to say right now to young hip hop heads in their own space who are still in that space where it's all about hip hop, alama hip hop, alama rap, and this is the world to me? What would you, as somebody who's kind of just went through their own experience, say to that?
Same design. It's like, if you're gonna write a rhyme or you're gonna write a verse or you're gonna make some music, why should I listen to it? That's the thing you have to ask yourself. Why are you making this thing? Why? Why is the only thing? Do you wanna make money? Be a banker. Banks make money every day. You just make it out of thin air. They decide, I walk in, I'm like, guys, I need a home loan. They're like, oh yeah. They open a new page, they're like, oh, get this nigga a home loan. If you want to make money, be a banker. If you want to make music and if you want to speak to the people, what do you want to say to the people? Now, for you to say something to people means you need to know something about something, right? So go read something. Go learn something. I'm cool man, Joka, man. Sit down and be like, hey, Joka, keep on. Understand?
Right.
So you have to study, you have to learn, you have to read, you have to You can't do hip hop, you can't make hip hop, you can't be hip hop if you don't know anything. You have to know something. And to know something, you have to be part of the community. To be part of the community, you have to be part of your own life and your own self. So in other words, you have to be part of your family. Talk to your mother, talk to your dad, talk to your cousin. You know what I'm saying? You have some family somewhere. Nobody's an orphan, not really. The only advice to people who say, I'm hip hop, connect with somebody. And preferably somebody who's wiser than you. And usually people who are wiser are the older ones. This thing of age and wisdom, there's something there.
Something there.
No, but that's it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I mean, shit. And since like this affinity between age and wisdom, you are at an age where many would consider you maybe wiser than some.
Who's many?
Yeah, many who are younger. Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah, it's young guy. You say I'm old, man.
I know, it is what it is. To some you are old.
When the camera goes off, it's really over now.
Yo, we'll see if I survive. But but real talk, with what you've been able to kind of accumulate through your life, the wisdoms that you've been able to like really internalize, and it was like a weird thing to kind of speak as an elder, but a lot of our conglomerate and our subscribers are young people who are kind of navigating the space of what can we do with art in South Africa, especially art within the context of hip-hop. So if anything, in 2022, what do you say to this generation through going through their own experiences as somebody who went through their own experiences, trying to do pretty much the same thing, similar ways, in a different era, but echoing the same sentiments?
Guys, I call it art. I
Excellent.
It doesn't exist, that thing. Art in the njengomuntu into omeluyenze uphila ne. Uphila is a simple thing, right? People go out there, they get jobs and shit, and then you go to the job, they give you the money, and then you go to the Pick and Pay to buy tomatoes. Why did you just grow tomatoes? Why do you have to do the long way?
Right.
That's a long way to like a straight way. So life is simple. And abantu basekhaya have to understand the most basic shit is get land back. Go to parliament and send niggas that represent who you are. Abantu abasekhaya abasazi isintu situation. Nobody needs a job. Jobs are useless because what's a job? You understand? What is a job? Most life amanga, most things you see pila. No, serious. Most things you see pila into ngekho nje. You understand? Impilo is simple. You understand? We live to create more life. That's all we're here for. Nothing else. So find purpose in understanding ukuthi ubuntu bakho buyini. You understand? And angeke ukubone and you understand ubuntu bakho unless you understand ukuthi bani wakudala. Yabona, ubuntu kufana nomdala. You understand? So what we need to orient whatever it is, the kids or the younger people, is we need to make them look up in the sky. Because if you look up, then you see where we come from and or who made us. Other than that, if you don't understand that basic quality, nothing will work for you. You need to orient yourself about yourself on earth. And the only orientation is relative to the sky. And the sky gives us all the answers. Because the sky tells us, there's a map up there, tells us how we came here and why we are here. The why we may never truly, fully understand. Godwa, Okdinayo is that you live to make more. You are a reproductive creature. You have a creative impulse given to you by the creator of all things. And until you see that, then you cannot be that. So you will never be able to understand who you are unless you understand what your creative impulse is. And your creative impulse is to make more life. Yeah, well?
Right.
So what we all need to know, not just the young people, all of us, we need to reorient ourselves with the creative impulse. And as soon as we go back to that place, we'll be able to create more. Like darling, that is Ubuntu. Ubuntu is to be like Toastadini. Ubuntu alone. Not that TRC shit that they say on the TV. That's not Ubuntu. Ubuntu is to be like Ubuntu. Ubuntu alone. How day to day do you live your life like God? If you wake up in the morning and you want to be like God every day, Ubuntu Lord. That's the only thing. That's all I say. That's my message.
It's a perfect way to end it up. Lot of talk out there in the air about being godly.
Also, West Coast.
West Coast. I don't know what the fuck that means. Reference it. It's been the headspace talking to people and their experiences, and I'm here with somebody who I think is super important to your rap history. We say CapCynical, it's Viwe.
Also, West Coast and BaseMental platform.
For life!
Fora Express.
For life.
BaseMental platform. You know why?
Why?
All of those things are like direct lines. Like I can only represent BaseMental platform because I have one mother and one father. That's a fact. And the fact of my life is BaseMental platform. And that's what I'll always represent. Whatever I'm gonna do, whenever I do it, it'll always be BaseMental platform.
The source.
That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. That's what it is. One love, brother. Headspace, South African hip hop, South African culture, movie chain. Thank you so much, CapCynical. Takeza, your hands must be tired. Grahamstown Festival.
Yeah.
We've been here.
Mark. And they're also
boy.
and they're also cold. My hands are cold also.
I think we can sum up this episode in like a sentence. Be godly. Shout out.